As the honeymoon period begins to fade, extreme jealousy can creep in. Conversations that used to be fun and lighthearted turn mean and embarrassing. Maybe your partner makes fun of you in a way that hurts. Or maybe they tell stories and jokes for laughs at your expense. When you try to explain that your feelings have been hurt, they shut you down and accuse you of overreacting.
He didn't trust me. What we had turned more into an obligation than something that was fun and good. He was so in control of the situation and happy about it, to the point where I was checking off the box of spending time with him just to avoid an argument. And his comments about how pretty I am eventually turned into him complimenting himself, insinuating how lucky I was to be with such a handsome man.
As the honeymoon period maybe it's when your new boyfriend or girlfriend says I love you faster than you were ready for, or starts showing up everywhere, texting and calling a lot. Maybe they're impatient when you're slow to respond, even though they know you had other things going on that day. It's important to remember that it's not how a relationship starts that matters, it's how it evolves. Are you comfortable with the pace of intimacy? Do you feel like you have space and room to breathe? Are your requests respected?
Everything started off amazing. He got along with my friends, but behind the scenes, they would admit that something was off with him. And in the beginning, the compliments were nice, and he reiterated how much he loved spending time with me. Things weren't so serious back then. It was more fun. Until eventually, we were together so much that when we were apart, he just couldn't accept it. When I wasn't answering my phone, he would call me every 2 minutes for hours on end, to the point where sometimes I would end up with hundreds of missed calls. Then he started calling my friends and loved ones to try to figure out my whereabouts. I didn't pick up the phone because I didn't want to encourage that kind of behavior. But it didn't stop.
As tension rises, so does volatility. Tearful, frustrated fights followed by emotional makeups. Hateful and hurtful comments like, "You're worthless, I'm not even sure why I'm with you," followed quickly by apologies and promises it will never happen again. By this point, you've been so conditioned to this relationship roller coaster that you may not realize how unhealthy and maybe even dangerous your relationship has become.
I mean, he would leave voicemails on my phone that lasted 5 minutes about how disgusting